Hi artists, we're going to go through and do a few. This is going to be a series of teaching about different famous artists, and we're going to do some really simple art projects that kind of explore what they were doing way back when. So just kind of introducing you to a few of the major movements that happened or artists that reflect that. So one of the ones that we're going to talk about today is Piet Mondrian. He was born kind of the late 1800s and lived till about 1944. And most of what he was doing was kind of during the wartime. He was interested, he was on the end of the time when they were trying to be realistic and was interested in cubism and looking at geometry, and he hung out with people like Picasso and some of those first very abstract artists, and he came up with de stijl. He was from Holland, and it's called the style, which is just, he wanted to, he was a little bit, wanted to pare everything down to its perfect natural essence. And its perfect essence to him meant the absolute basics, meaning straight up and down lines, horizontal and vertical, only the most pure colors, meaning the primary colors, which are red, yellow, and blue. And then he added in some values of gray and black and white. And just the composition. So what you're left with is just really pure geometry. And he saw that as a harmony of the universe that he was expressing in pure geometry. So these are some of his works. This is what he looks like, kind of a bad print of him. But his works are really recognizable as straight up and down lines, primary colors, big blocks of color, he didn't even like going diagonally. He'd put the whole thing diagonally, but everything was to be viewed up and down and strict rules. He called it clean and beautiful, or schön in his language. So to kind of try to do a little Mondrian, I thought we would start. Here's my example of it. And you start with just a ruler, and all you need are red, yellow, and blue, and a gray, and a black. And you can really just start, and he actually, this isn't a good example because he would go right off the edge. He liked going off the edge of the paper as, you know, really engaging in the whole thing. What you'll try to do is be really purposeful about being strict about those up and down lines and across lines. And you can see I'm not going all the way across with all of mine. And so it's getting broken up in really interesting ways. And remember, the composition is big things, medium-sized things, and little things. So as you're going across, kind of copying his style, think about that and break up some areas in an interesting way into big, little, and small, and then decide as you fill it in with the colors, which colors you wouldn't want to put two reds next to each other. That would kind of defeat the purpose of these being separate, right? So you just pick your color theory about where you put the different primary colors and some grays and maybe even some blacks. He definitely added blacks to his palette and his squares. This one, he started getting into music, and this is called boogie woogie. So this is his expression of music. It gets a little bit more, you know, small and detailed, a little bit different feel. But that is Piet Mondrian, and so I hope you have fun trying to do one of these really square, rectangular, pure form of cubism Piet Mondrian drawings. Good luck.